Hello and welcome to your full moon, new moon, I don't know what day it is. Hello and welcome to your tarot forecast for the new moon in Sagittarius 2022. So if you are new to the channel or not familiar with these readings, welcome. My name is Michelle Shea Walker, or the Demisexual Witch, and I am here every new and full moon with these forecasts that are both here for the general collective and also over on my Patreon. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a general reading for everyone that's watching this on YouTube, Instagram, maybe Facebook. Sometimes I don't post there, so if you're watching this on Facebook, head over to the YouTube and subscribe there. The link's below. We are going to dive into the general collective reading, and then we'll go deeper with our elemental readings over on my Patreon. So if you're new to online readings, which most people that are watching online readings are not, but just so you know, there is an element of energy overload that happens for readers when we're doing these readings for the masses on YouTube. Because honestly, that's a lot of energy to tap into. Even if the page is only getting a couple hundred views, that's a lot of different energies to try and translate in a way that makes sense for everyone. So it's always better to be a part of a smaller audience whenever a reader is giving a reading, because then they can translate the energy much easier because it's not trying to apply to thousands and thousands of people. So that's what happens over the Patreon. There is a very small community over there that I love giving readings for because they always are hyper accurate. And if that sounds like something that you want on a monthly basis, you can join for as low as $3. You don't get access to the extended readings at that level, but you do get pick-a-cards and monthly tarot scopes. And if you want to have these extended readings, you can join the monthly mystics at an $11 reading. That is who gets access to these extended readings. They also get access to live tarot scopes. And if you go to the next level up at $22, you get access to all of the above and some special merchandise goodies that ship out throughout the year on a quarterly basis. So that is what the gist of these readings are. This is the general collective reading that's for everyone, and then the smaller, more accurate readings happen over on the Patreon. But without further ado, we are going to dive into our general collective reading. The general collective reading is coming from the Moon Void Tarot. But before we get into that, we are going to take a pull from the Total Betty Goddess deck. So this is the 2.0 edition. It is available for pre-order over at michellesheaWalker.com/shop. And only on the pre-order can you access these special edition silver cards. So the normal standard edition is still lovely. It's super thick cardstock and they're really lightweight. I've been using these in my own personal tarot practice and I love the feel of how lightweight these are. If you like heavier cards, you might want to go for these special edition because these are more standard cardstock. I cannot stress enough, I will not be offering the silver edge cards in any foreseeable stocking or ordering other than the people that have ordered them within the pre-order time slot. So if you want to have your own copy of these cards, head over to michellesheaWalker.com, and I'm going to shuffle up the Gilded Edges Special Edition deck for our Total Betty card pull. This is a deck of 90s icons, so if you're really into 90s nostalgia, or if you grew up in the 90s and that's where you got all your feminine icons from, you will definitely resonate with these cards. They come with a mini guidebook within the box that fits right in, so it's always handy, and we have several pulling out, so we're going to see how many. You know what? I'm going to take all three. I'm going to take all three of these cards as an energy for the general collective, and they include Lovely Lady, played by Carrie Russell as Felicity. Patho, played by Marissa Tomei and my cousin Vinny. And Amphitrite, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld. So, we are diving into an energy that's a multi-goddess energy. And I decided to take these because the rule of 3 is really popular within goddesses. There are some goddesses, like the goddess that I'm currently working with in my magical practice, Hecate, who is a triple goddess. So we're just going to consider these cards their own little triple goddess for this reading. And what I'm getting from these, because they are mostly about embodying your divine feminine energy, is that it's really about that energy underneath the Sagittarius new moon. So Lovely Lady, played by Carrie Russell, is all about recognizing that what women truly want is to be able to make decisions for themselves. Kitho, played by Marissa Tomei, is all about being persuasive, but being persuasive in a way that's a little more subtle, a little more feminine, that sort of like feminine wiles. I'm going to seduce you into getting my way. And then Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the goddess Amphitrite, who is known for winning over the god Poseidon with her dance skills. This is very seductive and seductress energy, but it's also recognizing that you deserve to get what you want and you deserve to make your own decisions. It feels very femme fatale to me, is what these cards are giving me. They're very much like, you know what you want, you're gonna go after it, but it's okay to embrace your feminine wiles and embrace your sensuality or embrace your natural state of persuasiveness to get what you want. So I'm getting a heavy don't slut shame yourself message from this. This isn't necessarily coming from a darker place of using your sexuality to manipulate others. It's about embracing the full spectrum of your feminine self to present to the world who you truly are and call in the opportunities that you need, because that's ultimately what divine feminine energy is about. It's not about trying to force something to happen. It's about sitting back, being in a state of receptivity, being in a state of intuition, and knowing when the right time to take action is. And it's kind of about letting the opportunities come to you. So this is kind of like, put yourself out there in the world in that sort of femme fatale seductress energy, but not necessarily pinpointed at a specific victim of your femme fatale wiles. It's about putting yourself out there in a way that's authentic and juicy and feels really right to you, and recognizing that the people of the world that are supposed to respond to that will come to you with opportunities. So with that in mind, we are going to dive into the Moon Void Tarot, which is a very feminine energy tarot deck. And it also has silver gilded edges, which is part of the reason why I picked it for this reading. And we're going to do an energy and advice for the general collective before I dive into the elements. So the elemental readings that happen over the Patreon are Earth, Wind, Fire, Water. They are based around your astrological chart. So you can watch all of the elements that pertain to you in regards to your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And the cards for the general collective under the Sagittarius new moon are an energy of justice, an advice of the Queen of Pentacles. I love it when the cards echo what I've said in the previous card reading. So essentially this is telling me that justice is kind of like you're getting what you deserve. You're getting your karmic rewards at this time. And that's why you can kind of embrace your full spectrum of your femininity. And by the way, if you're watching this and you identify as more of a masculine individual, you also have a feminine energy within you. Just like if you're watching this and you identify more as a feminine energy, you also have a masculine energy within you. So you don't have to be a female at birth, or you don't have to identify as female to embrace your divine feminine energy. So keep that in mind. The Justice card is saying that you don't have to force something to happen. The karmic rewards are coming to you, and you also don't have to seek revenge on anyone that you feel like has done you wrong, because their karmic payments are coming into play as well. So if there's any sort of feeling of judgment or resentment that you're holding from anyone in your past, this is a good time to let it go, because it's just weighing down your karma. And just trust the process that everyone's going to get what they deserve. And it's not your job to figure out what that looks like for anyone else, but it is your job to know what would make you feel rewarded for any karmic good that you have put out into the world. And the Queen of Pentacles is coming in with our advice card, which is just embodying that queen-like feminine energy in regards particularly to home and abundance. So if you have been looking for some karmic rewards in regards to the way that you're putting your energy out there, if you've been buying into the mindset that you have to kind of action your way into abundance, this is a card that's saying that you don't have to twist anyone's arm to give you the payment that you deserve, but you do have to be open to creative ways of receiving your abundance. The metaphor I'm getting for this is if you are at a job that doesn't appreciate you financially, and you've been trying to figure out how to just force them to get you what you deserve, that is not the energy that is of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is recognizing their own worth and recognizing that by putting their authentic self out there and staying true to their own convictions and their own morality and their own mission, they will then attract in the opportunities that mirror back to them what it is that they're putting out to the world. So this feels like you might be trying to make a situation work that's not meant to work. Maybe this is with your career, maybe this is with a relationship, and you're trying to force someone to see things from your perspective or to honor your worth. And this Queen of Pentacles card is saying, yes, you are worthy of what you think you're worth, but it's not necessarily going to come from this place that you're trying to force it out of. It might come from a different and quite frankly better opportunity that's on the way if you can sit back, stop being so angry about not getting water from a dry stone, and allow yourself to be open to the new opportunities and creative forms of abundance, or whatever that form of worth is for you. Maybe it's that you're calling out for more recognition within your relationship of someone who really honors and values you, and you're not getting that from your partner. The less you try to force it, the more it's going to naturally come out, either from the person that you want it from or from a new, more worthy party. So it looks like our readings today are both about divine feminine energy and also about this sort of either abundance or relationship emotional worth coming from the people around you. So if that's something that resonates with you, I'm going to dive into the Earth, Air, Fire, Water readings over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Michelle Shea. And again, that is the monthly mystics that get these extended readings. If you are watching over on the Patreon, the rest of your reading starts right now. I feel like I'm supposed to stop talking.